Would you pick salary or experience? They go on to say, hello, everyone. I'm looking for some advice as I have a possible career change coming up. I've been working in a lucrative industry for almost 4 years now. Can't say due to my coworkers being in this sub. It pays a six-figure salary, but I spend a lot of time away from home and the hours are quite long. It's also an industry I don't see my career progressing in. A new opportunity has come up in an industry I would like to work in. However, the salary is half of what I make now. Is it better to set myself up financially or take the pay cut for career progression? Sorry, I'm breaking for water. Well, well, I don't know. Whenever I first read this, I was like, I mean, why would you take a pay cut? But then I thought about like what could you possibly be doing? And I have an inclination of where you're likely in the field doing some kind of construction or oil and gas or something like that, maybe even like offshore drilling or something like that. And if you like the industry, I mean, you're right. There are limited opportunities to kind of go get more work-life balance, but there are. I mean, every single one of those companies does have a headquarters, a home office, and there are opportunities in those companies' headquarters where having your experience, having worked out in the field, would give you more context than anybody who hasn't worked out in the field, and would make you a really good home office employee and kind of a support group. So I wouldn't completely discount that idea away. So again, you might have some tangible experience from your current role that could set you up for a growth opportunity within your own company. And likely, I mean, within your own company, you might lose some of the additional compensation like TLA or per diem that you get from working away from home. But your base salary, I imagine, wouldn't be as significant of a drop relative to what you're currently making. So I would encourage you to at least consider that. And then once you've considered that, then consider what that is like relative to the opportunity coming up in the industry you'd like to work in. I think that it's more linear. It's not as binary as your current role and then this new role where you make half of what you make now. I think that if you're able to kind of translate it to what it would be like in your current industry and then kind of evaluate those opportunities and kind of what the base would be and kind of what your enjoyment would be and what your growth opportunities would be from that point, I think that would help you make your evaluation. But I wouldn't just immediately throw it all away and go for half the salary. But then again, if the compensation is in line with what you think you should be compensated with your relative level of experience, so minimal in that industry, in that role, and you want to grow in that way, then you can always chalk up what you've done to this point as learning experience, and maybe hopefully you've taken advantage of the financial compensation to set yourself up on a good financial base. And if you can live and grow and on that new role, then go for it. But I would caution you to say that it's not completely binary, and I'd encourage you to kind of build the context with what your progression would be to better work-life balance in your same industry, if that's possible, and see what things you can transfer from your current experience. And I know you say you don't see your career progressing in it, but if there's any things that you've learned, if there's any other industries you can apply them to, then also kind of exploring those areas as well to kind of see where you stand out. But yeah, salary or experience, most instances, I would say I wouldn't sacrifice salary for experience. I'd try to get my best of both worlds. But if you're not able to get that, then I hope that those points will help you kind of evaluate things better. That's the way I would approach it, is trying to equalize things as much as possible before making the decision. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck.
I'm not complaining, my thoughts get complicated, I cannot explain in lameness. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.